exist together in a delicate balance. As king, you need to understand that balance and respect all the creatures. And so we are all connected in the great circle of life.
I used to have nothing. And then I got this family.
We can't do this alone. We need you.
Set your minds to wonder.
Spider pig, whatever a spider pig does.
Guys, we're going on a road trip.
Road trip? Vacation!
You should see your faces.
Patrick Mahomes with Mahomes magic. Touchdown!
I think we do know talent when we see it.
I'm the performer who gives the people what they want.
Yeah, don't we look cool?
We're a well-oiled machine like D23.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, is it possible they didn't know where eggs came from before this?
Think about it. We're sitting on a gold mine.
It's too dangerous. I have to go alone.
We go together.
The past is not what it seems.
Well, you're gonna beg me to turn back.
Don't ruin my morning. Maleficent is a threat to everyone. We'll do our best to protect you.
We're going on a grand and glorious quest!
You're gonna build a car to beat Ferrari. Trust me.
Here's to the good guys.
To infinity and beyond!
You find yourself doing this a lot, the What happens now determines what happens to the rest of the world. Watch this.
One day, the sun will set on my time here and will rise with you as the new king.
And the Oscar goes to Black Panther.
You be my queen?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger.
Good morning. It is great to be back at D23, and I want to begin by thanking you all for coming, and more importantly, thanking you all for being such great fans of our work. As that video illustrated, a lot, and I mean a lot, has changed in the 2 years since we held this event. But no matter how big we get, no matter how many years pass, no matter how much our company and the world change, we have never lost sight of one thing. It all started with a mouse. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Over the next 3 days, we're going to be celebrating the Walt Disney Company, paying homage to our incredible legacy, and even more importantly, giving you an exclusive look at our future. Now, I've had the privilege of running this phenomenal company for the last 14 years. I call it the ride of a lifetime, one that keeps getting better and better because we keep expanding and finding new ways to create joy and wonder in the world. Now, Steve Jobs was fond of saying, the combination of art and technology made his heart sing, and I feel the same way. You'll see many examples of this as the D23 Expo takes you inside our company, giving you an all-access pass to go behind the scenes and see works in progress, to meet and hear from gifted storytellers, creative visionaries, and remarkable people behind our incredible success, and hopefully to come away awed and inspired as I am every day. In just a few minutes, we'll recognize 12 new Disney legends who have made their mark on our company. But right now, I'd like to honor, celebrate, and thank the more than 200,000 men and women around the world who make the Walt Disney Company everything it is today. Our fantastic cast members and employees. Our success as a company comes from the greatness of the people who work here. And I know you appreciate them as much as I do, as your applause just indicated. Now, this particular expo is especially meaningful to me. First of all, my wife Willow is here along with our sons. Always nice to bring your family to work. It's also the first time we'll have the chance to show you the many opportunities 21st Century Fox offered us. You saw some examples in that video. Now, it's still the early days of the combination, but as you look around the expo, you'll get a good sense of how many great brands and franchises will help us continue to raise the bar when it comes to telling great stories and delivering fantastic entertainment. Now, as you may already know, we've already completely reorganized and repositioned the company for the future. Our new direct-to-consumer businesses are focusing on giving people unprecedented access to all of our great storytelling, our vast library of iconic shows and movies, which just got a lot bigger thanks to the Fox acquisition, as well as all recent releases and future films from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars. That's not all. There'll also be a rich collection of exclusive original content. Now, over the last few months, I've watched many hours of new content for Disney+, including all episodes of the highly anticipated Star Wars series, The Mandalorian. And everything I've seen so far has been exceptional, but you don't have to take my word for it. You can see for yourselves in the Disney+ presentation this afternoon. Now, when it launches on November 12th, Disney Plus will also offer 661 episodes of The Simpsons. It's all 30 seasons, as well as 600 hours of stunning content from National Geographic. Plus, we're adding plenty of great original Nat Geo content, and you'll get a chance to see some of that this afternoon, too. Of course, our direct-to-consumer businesses also includes ESPN Plus, which is already connecting millions of sports fans to ever-expanding mix of fantastic content, including thousands of live sporting events. And Hulu rounds out our collection of streaming services. Those of you with a Hulu subscription may already know it's a great way to get the very best of television, including current and past seasons of hit shows, as well as movies and high-quality original series. Now, this is an extraordinary time for our company. An era of sweeping and profound change. Really not just for our company, but for the entertainment industry and the world as well. Now, some find the pace of change a bit daunting. Frankly, we find it exhilarating. It inspires us to be more innovative and to raise the bar even higher on the quality and the variety of what we produce. Now, looking at all the opportunities ahead, I can honestly say there has never been a better time to be the Walt Disney Company, or a better time to be a Disney fan. And this expo is our way of saying thank you to the biggest Disney fans in the world. We love your passion, your enthusiasm, and we deeply appreciate your support. And we will continue to do our best to exceed even your highest expectations. In fact, let's start right now with the first of many surprises at D23. So ladies and gentlemen, here to open our 2019 Disney Legends ceremony, please join me in welcoming the incredible, the incomparable, sorry, the legendary Christina Aguilera.
Think you see who I really am, but you'll never know me. Every day is as if I played a part. Now I see, if I wear a mask, I can fool the world, but I cannot fool my heart.
Sure.
You told me where to exit, so.
You go this way. Thank you again, Christina. What a great way to start the Disney Legends ceremony, which is an event celebrating the greatness of the people who define Disney. The extraordinary men and women who have made an indelible mark on our company and have earned their place as an enduring part of our legacy. Over the years, the Disney Legends ceremony has become one of our company's most meaningful traditions and one of my favorite events at the D23 Expo. It was established in 1987, and the award is the highest honor our company bestows on anyone, reserved for the artists and visionaries throughout our history who have pushed the envelope of creativity, challenged conventional wisdom, and broken the restraints of the status quo in search of new possibilities. Of the hundreds of thousands of talented people who have contributed to the Walt Disney Company over the last century, fewer than 300 have become Disney legends. The award is a celebration of talent, a recognition of achievement, and great contributions to our company. But above all, it is a sincere expression of our gratitude. So today, 12 more exceptional people will become Disney legends. They've had a profound impact on music, on movies, on journalism, parks and resorts, and more. But before we officially begin the ceremony, I'd like to introduce Disneyland ambassadors who will help me present the awards today. Everyone say hello to Rafa Barone and Justin Rapp. Gentlemen? Okay, we have an incredible group of honorees today, starting with our first recipient. Every now and then, a phenomenal actor and a fantastic character come together. And as a result, it's more powerful than anyone could ever have imagined. As Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. delivered more than an iconic performance. He launched the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. And we're very proud to officially recognize him as a Disney legend.
Been a while since I was in front of you. I figure I'll stick to the cards this time. The truth is, I am Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr. He's been recognized with a SAG Award, 3 Golden Globes, and 2 Academy Award nominations.
The level of intelligence, thought, and creativity and ingenuity that he's brought to film is incalculable.
With numerous film and television appearances throughout his teens and early 20s, Robert's dramatic star-making turn came in 1987's Less Than Zero, where he gave a critically acclaimed performance, which led to roles in several other popular films, including Chaplin and Tropic Thunder, which earned him Oscar nods, and Sherlock Holmes, a role which won him a Golden Globe for Best Actor.
I think Robert was at a point in his life and his career where he was ready to break out and do something really big and exciting.
In 2008, Robert made film history with his Marvel Cinematic Universe debut as Tony Stark in Iron Man.
Good luck keeping up.
The film was directed by Jon Favreau, and audiences loved Robert's signature portrayal of the genius industrialist turned superhero.
Yeah, I can fly. I think most of us have been pretty vocal about what he started, and without him, none of us would be in this position.
His performance matched perfectly with Marvel's storytelling style.
Casting Robert Downey Jr. perfect for Tony Stark. He can be funny and he can be witty, and is at all times. He can be self-reflective in an amazing way.
Creating a hero that is equal parts brash and vulnerable.
I love his face powerful.
And for more than a decade, Robert's portrayal of Iron Man has thrilled theatergoers, helping to transform the MCU into one of the most successful franchises of all time. Robert appeared in an unprecedented string of blockbuster hits, 10 in total, including Iron Man, Captain America: Civil War, Avengers: Infinity War, and culminating in Avengers: Endgame, the biggest box office success in history.
Take that off. What are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Through charity work, including many children's hospital visits, random act funding, and his recently announced Footprint Coalition, Robert continues to be a hero off-screen as well, all while his ability to relate complex, multifaceted characters to audiences around the world has secured Robert Downey Jr.'s indelible mark in film history.
I'm just glad that I participated in some small way with making space for all of this amazing new set of talented folks that are coming in and picking up the torch.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tony Stark himself, the one and only Robert Downey Jr.
First of all, I'm a mess after Aguilera came up. That's one of my favorite songs. I was like, how am I supposed to get up here and talk after that? Thank you. This is my new one. That means 3,000. 3 of those movies. Here's a bit of trivia for you. The very first time I went to Disneyland, I was transported to another place within moments of being arrested. I was brought to a surprisingly friendly processing center. Given a stern warning and returned to, if memory serves, one very disappointed group chaperone. I've been sitting on that shame for a while, and I'm just going to release it here tonight. I would like to make amends to whomever had to detain me for smoking pot in the gondola without a license. And I'm sorry, I don't want to further confuse the issue by insinuating that pot-smoking licenses for the gondola are in any way obtainable, or for any of the other park attractions, as far as I know. I mean, that's it, you know, it's appropriate. Maybe the Imagineers, but that's their own business. Anyway, that's a load off. This is beautiful. I had a feeling that today would be special, and I'm delighted to be among such a rich and diverse group of humans. We're all seeking to reflect the many. Thank you. You want to make this a Q&A? We can do that. That's later. This lens of creative expression, I think we all share a really deep and meaningful privilege. Here's my Shakespeare bit. We hold, as were, the mirror up to nature. I must have been very emotional when I wrote this. We could just scroll down to the thank yous. But playing Tony over these many years and that thematic idea that technology can guide our species toward enlightenment or destruction, it's been a really worthwhile, and it's an ongoing meditation. It's been a great gift. So I want to thank the fans who made this all possible, starting back in 2008. And so to Victoria, Kevin, Lou and Bob, both Allens, Horn and Bergman, Joan Anthony, my constant companion from the very first day of shooting any of them, James Dennis Rich, who's sitting over there, my right-hand man, and the brotherly bond of faith with the exceptional storyteller and my fellow honoree Jon Favreau. I share this with you. So here's what I get to do. I get to remain a fan of the first inclusive and evolving cinematic universe ever so far. And yeah, here's the future.
As we begin
tonight. We have just returned from the White House. And good evening from Joplin, Missouri. World News in China. We are in Afghanistan. This is World News reporting live from Memphis, Tennessee.
For over 4 decades, Diane Sawyer has brought us into the heart of the most important events of our time. Her trailblazing career as a journalist has earned her numerous Emmy and Peabody Awards, the Robert F. Kennedy Award for Excellence in Journalism, induction into the Television Hall of Fame, and many other well-deserved honors. She has conducted interviews with almost every major newsmaker of our time. She's fearlessly confronted controversial world leaders.
You are portrayed as a man who is standing alone against history. This is the document that proves it. Have you been testing a neutron initiator?
She's tackled tough issues with U.S. presidents.
Does the capture of Saddam Hussein mean that the troops will come home?
The troops will come home and we've completed the mission.
Is it possible you handed him the election that night?
No.
You're gonna win.
Yes.
You want it more than the first time?
Absolutely.
Diane's one-on-one interviews include some of the most watched in primetime television history and human stories of profound impact.
No one has been arrested for what they did to you.
I want to fight with them through my love, not with guns.
Her award-winning documentary series, Hidden America, shines a light on the struggles and hopes of everyday people, celebrating their strength and resilience.
I have responsibility. I have a wife, I have kids, and these are my driving force.
What would you like to say about you here in Dexter, Missouri? I'm just going to puff it out. I've went this far and I'm not going to turn back.
Diane anchored the ABC News flagship World News, receiving both audience and critical acclaim.
Square our shoulders, put your lipstick on, and fight the revolution.
She broke new ground in primetime news magazines and made morning television history, co-anchoring with fellow Disney legend Robin Roberts on Good Morning America.
Do you all have water? What do you need the most right now?
Diane Sawyer's legendary achievements as a journalist have brought the most important people and events of our era into our homes.
Like me, you believe better will come, that the future is one of possibility. It is good to know you were watching tonight.
As you all indicated, Robert Downey Jr. is kind of a tough act to follow, but if anyone can follow Robert Downey Jr., it's Diane. Diane and I have actually worked together since the late 80s. And now, not everybody knows this, but we both started out as weather people. Fortunately for all of us, Diane stayed in front of the camera, and I didn't. Defined by intelligence, impeccable integrity, and a prodigious work ethic, her work has always reflected a willingness to challenge the status quo and an unwavering commitment to get the story right. Her credibility and journalistic excellence have made her a valued colleague, and she has been an inspiration to so many people at ABC and ABC News. So please welcome my friend, Disney legend, Diane Sawyer.
And someone said to me, you won't believe the energy pouring out of this room, and are they ever right? Thank you. But I feel you should know I'm really just a kid reporter who still gets up every day and gets to ask questions in the world and travel to far-flung places. Although I'm also the girl who remembers her first Disney experience. It's slightly tamer, Robert, a little bit tamer than yours. I am on Sterling Road in Louisville, Kentucky. My mother's a third grade teacher. Great. And my dad has returned from World War II, and because of the GI Bill, the Great American GI Bill, got to build a house, and all of our friends got together and we saw something I will never forget, I'm not kidding, this is 65 more years ago. We saw some tiny little mice who had needles and threads, and they were singing Cinderella, Cinderella, night and day at Cinderella. And my eyes opened, my heart leapt, and I think for the first time, I felt a delight of all that was possible beyond Sterling Road, and I mean that, which brings me to Bob Iger, because I've always felt, Bob, that you are the guardian of that wonder, and you're the guardian of imagination, and in this transactional world in which we all get immersed in our screens and our isolation, you believe that it can arc around the globe still and go all the way from China to Kentucky and unite us as families and as human beings. And when I first met you, I was stunned by the level of detail and enthusiasm. And the day before yesterday, Bob told me about something new that's coming. I will not mention it, but it's so great. And to hear you talk about the camera angle that made the feeling possible, that made the entire astonishment of it exist, reminded me that 30 years has not changed that flame you carry for all of us in our dreams. Not to mention the support you've given ABC News, and always reminding us to head for the horizons, raise our sights. And I too am so grateful to be in this class of 2019 with Robin Roberts. Life-giving, amazing Robin Roberts. I don't know, you don't remember the first time I fell in love with you completely, but we were on TV, I was introducing you, I mangled your name, I mangled ESPN, I mangled why you were there, and the camera went to you and you went, or whatever. It was forever. And again, to the rest of you, I'm in awe. I also just want to say, Bob, I stole all the soap from the Disney Hotel last night. I hope that's okay. I feel it's ungrateful given everything you've done for me, but I also took the shampoo, I took the little dental kit, and because my wonderful team that is here gave me so many balloons in the middle of the night, I was staggering around and I knocked the chocolate Chewbacca off the top of the desk, and I was trying to scrape it back together and remold it in my room to be worthy of this. I am so pleased to be here. I am so proud to be here. Thank you for the horizons, and thank all of you in the words of those little mice. I think they're standing at a balcony at the last scene. May your dreams come true.
Dealt with challenges.
Jon Favreau has taken audiences on unforgettable adventures, whether deep in the jungle or out to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. Great storytelling is the common thread of his craft.
Anybody could sit down in their seat and watch and enjoy.
Jon's work with Disney began as a voice actor for animated television.
Jealousy, please, I have a name, let's use it.
But he rocketed onto screens with Marvel Studios' Iron Man in 2008 as both its first director and one of its stars.
I got him!
His vision helped set the pace and tone for 23 blockbuster films to follow.
Take a look. It's pretty impressive, huh?
His role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe carried on, not only as a director and actor, but also as executive producer on Marvel Studios films, including the box office smash hits Avengers: Infinity War and Avengers: Endgame.
You'll see it's true. Someone like me couldn't learn to be like someone like you.
That's the real magic.
His stunning take on The Jungle Book was an innovative retelling for a new generation through a new type of animation. and his visually dazzling journey back to Pride Rock with a retelling of The Lion King has reconnected audiences with this classic Disney tale.
It was a huge toolbox because I got to do stuff that would be indulgent on a live action shoot.
Once again, shattering the mold for how stories can be told.
You have a good story you're all telling together, the good things happen.
John and I actually have something in common. We both grew up near the site of the 1964-1965 World's Fair, where Walt Disney first introduced 3 exhibitions, including It's a Small World. Among the many things that I've learned from studying Walt over the years is the power of technology in the hands of a great storyteller. Walt was a master at using it, and so is John. As evidenced by his work in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as you just saw, in the Jungle Book, in the stunning live-action version of The Lion King, and in the upcoming series, The Mandalorian, on Disney+. So it is my pleasure to present this award to a true visionary and a great storyteller, Jon Favreau.
To my family, my Disney family, my Marvel family, my Star Wars family, the family of fans out there who is, and you're the reason I'm here. So thank you for creating a dialogue through storytelling and sharing our childhood memories and moving those memories into the future and creating new memories for each next generation. I like what Bob was saying, and I think instead of talking about me, let's take this opportunity to talk about Walt Disney, because that's why we're all here. It's interesting that it was very flattering about technology, because as Arthur C. Clarke said, a sufficient enough technology is indistinguishable from magic, and Walt Disney was the master of bringing the old myths and the magic of technology together to create indelible memories and create a culture that we all grew up in, that passed a set of values from one generation to the next. And I love this statue too, because it represents the scroll at the bottom. I think represents ideas and inspiration. The hand represents the craft, and of course the star is the magic that comes from that. I also love it because it's from The Sorcerer's Apprentice from Fantasia, one of my favorite movies. By the way, Mickey Mouse was rebooted for that in the 40s. It was the first time he appeared with pupils, and Twitter went berserk. But his legacy endured. And I actually love the message in that particular film, because it is a true inspiration. The Sorcerer's Apprentice came from the Goethe poem from the 1700s, and that was reflective of the myth of the Golem of Prague with the water buckets. So these are stories, and Walt always tapped into stories that went back all the way into human history. And this one is a wonderful story because, as you all know, as we, all of us people who are being presented with awards, are on our journey from mouse to magician, as is encapsulated in this fable, we realize that in the beginning, you're very confused by the magic, by the technology. When Mickey puts on that hat, it gets away from him. But then that wonderful wise wizard saves him from the mops. And that wizard's name was, who knows what the name of the wizard was? Jensen, which is Disney spelled backwards. And the artist drew inspiration from his face, specifically his eyebrow, which was, when they were being admonished, that eyebrow, legend has it, his eyebrow would lift up as he would look at you. But then he cast his spell, parted the seas, and made everything safe, and then took the apprentice back under his wing to become the wizard for the next generation. And so as I'm on my path now from mouse to wizard, I thank Disney and all of you for the opportunity to tell these stories, to explore technology, and help bring magic to the next generation. Thank you.